Sometimes this roof up over my head starts getting me down, crowding me out. You know what I'm talking about. I need to clear my head and head for the countryside. Take a little walk, maybe take a little ride. Bullfrogs croaking, smallmouth jumping, wind blowing through the trees. So let's throw a cooler in the truck. I know where I wanna be. Outdoors with Joey Mines, in a deer stand back in the woods, or kicking back, wetting the line. Rain pours, sun shines, but it's all good, 'cause I'm doing what I love with who I like. I can find that peace of mind I'm looking for outdoors.
Outdoors with Joey Mines is brought to you in part by Wendy's, Lowrance, Islands Marina Resort, Midstate RV Center, Eukanuba Extraordinary Nutrition, and The Aviator by Forest River, available exclusively at Midstate RV Center. For the next half hour, join us outdoors with Joey Mines.
But it's all good, 'cause we're doing what we love with who we like. We can find that peace of mind we're looking
What happened,
for.
boy?
Outdoors.
Where'd it go? Hi folks, welcome to this week's show. Today we're bringing you part 2 of duck hunting in Drew, Mississippi. We'll be at Mallard Manor. We've got some kids on today's show, dog training, and yes, a world of ducks. Let's get started.
Good afternoon. We're here at Mallard Manor, and today we have two dogs with us. We have Max and Sinbad. Max is owned by Clark Kennington. Sinbad is my dog, and we're going to take you today and teach you some tricks on how to take these dogs and turn them into hunting retrievers. So here we are with Sinbad, and we're going to do some obedience. You'll notice we have two pieces of equipment here. This is probably the most important piece of equipment that you'll use when you start obedience training. It is about a 30-foot check cord. You will keep control of that dog. When you do sit, hear, heel, you'll be pulling them. When you're doing retrieve, you'll be able to pull them and lead them. And so we'll do a little work here real quick. All right, Clark, you got a bumper?
Sure do.
Maybe. Now we start off with a 7.5-week-old puppy. We always pull their head up here. We say, Mark, Mark. We send them out on their name. Sinbad, Sinbad, atta boy. A couple whistles means here, here. Sit, good boy, atta boy, leave it. There you go, come around here, sit. You'll notice that he's obedient to sit, heel, and hear on the first time. If not, then we would have to correct him. From then on, where we go from here, Clark? Let's take this off. This keeps total control. We'll start off with a 7.5-week-old puppy. We'll throw the bumper out like you saw we did for Sinbad. We'll actually pull him back as we're blowing our whistle a couple tweet. We'll bring him around here. When he goes out on a retrieve, we'll test him. We'll do maybe a week, and we'll let him drag this rope. If he comes around, then we see he's learning. Each dog learns differently. And once we see how the dogs are learning, then we can move to the next phase. We have another piece of equipment here. It's called the Easy Lead. I'll let Clark show you how we use this.
This is the Easy Lead, started by a man named Delmar Smith, and it was started actually on horses. The way this works is it uses the dog's pressure points to teach them how to cut off pressure. Ultimately, when we're training a dog, we're teaching by repetition, and we're teaching them by how to cut off pressure. So this is when we start formalizing obedience training. Sit. Take this lead, slide it down to where it's right behind their ears. That's a pressure point. So the first thing I teach my dogs is I'm going to teach them sit. So if I've got Sinbad here, and we're walking around, and I want him to sit, I'm going to pull up on this, I'm going to go sit. Pull up on it, push his butt down. Good. As soon as his butt hits the ground, I'm going to release the pressure from me pulling up on it. So that over time, doing it repetitively, the dogs start to understand that, hey, as soon as my butt gets on the ground, when he says sit, the pressure's off. So that's how they're going to learn. So they understand sit after we've done that for a while. Well, where do we go from there? My next thing I'm going to teach them is the hear command. Sit. Sit. If they get up and move, it's no problem. This is what you call a remote sit. You're going to tell them to sit, walk around them. If they start to move, just give them sit. Sit. Give them a little yank. Don't get upset about it. They're just like children. You're trying to teach them. Sit. So now he's sitting there. Now I want to teach him to come to me, so I'm going to use the hear command. Here. Good. Sit. You see how I just gently tugged on that? I got him moving to me, and as soon as he started coming, there was no pressure to him. So we do that over and over and over again. Again, I cannot stress that this is a long-term commitment with a dog. They don't learn overnight. You have to do it repetitively for them to understand it. Then you got to teach them heel, how to walk at heel. Once again, we're still going to use the pressure points on the dog. So I tell him heel. As long as he's by my side, there is no pressure. If I turn and he doesn't come with me, I'm going to yank on it a little bit. I want him to understand there is no pressure as long as he's by my side. And you'll test him a little bit. You see how he's wanting to be by my side now? As I'm giving him a little bit of pressure. Here. It's not hurting him, it's just making him a little uncomfortable. Sit. So this is how you use the Delmar Smith Easy Lead. We had two dogs this morning. We had a dog named Max, which is my personal dog. He's 8 years old. He's a Grand Hunting Retriever champion, Upland Hunter, Master Hunter. He's passed the Grand 5 times, so he's accomplished everything you can in competitive hunt tests. The other dog was actually his son,
Okay.
and his name is Sinbad. And if you watch them closely, you look at them, their mannerisms are the same. They look a lot alike. They both have a lot of fire when it comes to duck hunting. Saw Sinbad this morning. He was a little excited. You know, he's used to hunting North Carolina, not used to seeing all these birds like we saw this morning. And you know what? That's what makes a good dog. If they don't have that fire, it's not worth having them.
You know, that's a good point to make. I'm sure a lot of people bring their dog, and quite honestly, it doesn't want to retrieve. It gets scared of the gun. Some dogs are not made to hunt. That's just a fact.
That's right. I've seen a lot of dogs that I've had to send home, and it's hard on the owners, and I don't like it any more than they do. But at the same time, not all dogs are going to be hunting dogs.
Okay.
Some of them are just going to be your best friend, be a pet.
Okay.
It takes a dog with a lot of desire to retrieve, to do what we ask them to do. This morning it was cold. We still had ice in the water.
Oh, I understand.
So you've got to have a dog that wants to go get the birds.
Let's talk about the first thing when somebody brings you the dog. What do you do?
First thing when somebody brings me a dog, the first month is going to be very little training, necessarily obedience or anything like that. It's more going to be me getting to know that animal, teaching them to retrieve and letting them enjoy retrieving.
Sure.
That's a big thing for the dog. If they don't enjoy retrieving, we just stop there. There's no point in going any further.
Now, what would be the second thing after you teach them how to do the simple retrieve?
As soon as they love retrieving and they're understanding the game of it, then I immediately go into general obedience.
Okay.
Sit, hear, heel. Once that's taught, we teach them how to respond to all those commands on an electronic collar.
Okay.
The electronic collar can be your best friend or your worst enemy.
I understand.
So we have to teach them how to respond to those commands, to things they already know and they already understand. So
These dogs that he's got here, I'm sure while we're talking you're seeing some of them work, some of the finest dogs I've ever seen anywhere. Folks, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Outstanding dog work, outstanding facility, outstanding guides. It all happens at Mallard Manor in Drew, Mississippi. If you're interested in visiting this place, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go to my website at joeymines.com, and I'll have a link to this outstanding lodge. If you want to go to the web, well, it's mallardmanor.com. Folks, until next time, duck hunting is one of my passions. I have enjoyed today's show. Y'all have some good hunting and good fishing. I'll see you next week.
Don't need no TV talk show, bad news radio noise. Just Mother Nature's voice, talking to all her girls and boys. She's singing a song in God's perfect harmony. Everything out here is just the way it's supposed to be. Time flies fast, but the good times last, making memories. I don't know what we're waiting for, just come along with me. Outdoors with Joey Mines, in a deer stand back in the woods, or kicking back, wetting the line. Rain pours, sun shines, but it's all good, 'cause you're doing what you love with who you like. You might find that peace of mind you're looking for. Outdoors with Joey Mines, in a deer stand back in the woods, or kicking back, wetting the line. Rain pours, sun shines, but it's all good, 'cause we're doing what we love with who we like. We can find that peace of mind we're looking for. Outdoors, outside.